If you've been into mechanical watches for any length of time, you've heard the name Orient Bambino. It's a watch that's almost become a rite of passage. But the version 6, especially in green, feels like the culmination of what the line stands for. It balances tradition with a touch of freshness. It's formal yet flexible, elegant yet approachable. When I wore it, I found myself appreciating the small details, the curve, the weight, and the quiet rhythm of the movement. And I have to say, it's a watch that gives more than what you expect from its price. Let's walk through it and see how it actually feels in hand and on the wrist. Starting with the dial, it's where your eyes naturally go first. And the green sunburst finish is the highlight here. In direct light, it bursts into this lively emerald tone, yet under softer light, it shifts into a deeper, almost forest shade. That duality is what makes it addictive. You find yourself moving your wrist just to see the dial change mood. The applied indices are long and slim, very much in line with that dressy aesthetic. They catch the light just enough to break up the dial without ever feeling flashy. The hands follow the same idea, spear-shaped, polished, sharp enough to read, but elegant enough to keep the watch formal. At 3 o'clock, you've got a date window. It's not oversized, it doesn't cut into the dial. Awkwardly, it just sits there doing its job. Above 12, the applied Orient logo brings a subtle reminder that you're wearing a watch made in-house by a brand with real heritage. Now, if you've seen any Bambino before, you know the case design is simple, but the details are what matter. This stainless steel case is 40.5mm across, with a lug-to-lug of 46.5. On paper, that sounds like it could wear large, but the lugs slope gently and hug the wrist, so even if you're on the smaller side, it feels balanced. At 12.3mm thick, it isn't ultra slim, but because of the domed crystal, it carries that thickness in a way that feels intentional. That crystal is the signature Bambino touch. It's a domed mineral crystal, and while it won't resist scratches like sapphire, what it does give you is charm. Look at it from an angle, and the dial bends, distorts, and almost floats under the glass. It's a little vintage trick that makes you want to keep glancing at the watch. Flip it over, and you'll find an exhibition case back. Nothing overly decorated, but you get a clear look at the movement, which is always welcome, especially at this price. And this version 6 comes with a stainless steel mesh bracelet, and to be honest, it surprised me. We usually see Bambinos on leather, which fits the dress vibe, but this bracelet gives it a modern twist. It feels light, flexible, and hugs the wrist comfortably. The clasp is a simple pull type, easy enough to secure. Now, if you're like me, you'll probably experiment with straps. That's the beauty of the Bambino. It's what we call a strap monster. Throw it on a black leather and it looks classic. Try suede and it feels casual. Keep it on mesh and you get that contemporary look. This versatility means it won't just sit in your collection, waiting for formal events. You'll actually find excuses to wear it more often. Inside, we've got the Orient caliber F6724. And here's where Orient really flexes. While many brands at this price source third-party movements, Orient builds their own. That matters. It's a 40-hour power reserve, it hacks, and it hand wins. So yes, you can stop the seconds hand for precise time setting, and you can wind it up through the crown if you don't feel like shaking it awake. Now, accuracy isn't chronometer level, but it's reliable. That's what you want at this range. A movement that will just keep going without fuss, and seeing it tick away through the caseback adds to the enjoyment. When you actually put it on, the proportions feel well thought out. The domed crystal adds presence, but the sloping lugs and curved bracelet keep it comfortable. It slides under a cuff without complaint, and on bare wrists, the green dial brings enough personality that you don't need to dress it up too much. Weight-wise, it's not heavy, but it has enough heft to remind you it's a mechanical piece. You feel connected to it. The push-pull crown is a little on the small side, and if you've got bigger fingers, you might notice that when setting the time. But once you've got it adjusted, it disappears into the flow of the case. This is not a sports watch, and Orient never intended it to be. With 30 meters of water resistance, you'll want to keep it away from the pool. Washing hands, light rain, no problem. But don't tempt it. That's the reality of a dress watch. And as long as you accept that, you're fine. The crystal, being mineral, will pick up scratches faster than sapphire. But again, it's part of the balance. What you gain is that beautiful distortion and warmth that sapphire just doesn't replicate in the same way. One thing I've noticed in the community is how much love the Bambino still gets, even years into its run. Collectors praise it because it gives them a real mechanical dress watch feel without needing to spend thousands. And many even say it looks more expensive than watches 5 times its price. The green dial especially gets singled out. It's not a safe black or white. It's bolder, but not loud. It has personality, while staying refined. That balance is rare at this range. Criticism does come up, of course. The bracelet won't win over everyone. Some feel the clasp could be more refined, others wish it came standard with a leather strap. The crystal can reflect light, which sometimes makes legibility tricky, and the crown, yes, a touch small. But in the grand picture, these are nitpicks. The overall package still feels way above its price. So after spending time with it, the real question is, where does this watch fit? The truth is, the Bambino version 6 doesn't just fill a spot, it earns one. In a collection, it becomes that dress piece you can actually wear often, thanks to its versatility, with straps and its comfortable proportions. For someone starting out, it's an approachable gateway into mechanical watches. For seasoned collectors, it's a reminder that elegance and in-house mechanics don't need a huge price tag. What makes it so rewarding is how much more it gives than it asks. The green dial draws you in, the domed crystal keeps you hooked, and the movement seals the deal. If you're looking for a timeless, affordable dress watch that feels personal on the wrist, the Bambino version 6 is one of those pieces that simply makes sense. So that's our time with the Orient Bambino version 6, a watch that proves you don't need to spend thousands to enjoy real mechanical elegance. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review and found it helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more watch news and reviews.